Well, this time of year, our gardens are more full of potential than plants, but one of the favorite places for gardeners to hang out is in their local greenhouse in anticipation of what they can put in their garden soon. And today, we're at TLC Florist and Greenhouses in Oklahoma City, and with us is Carla Smith, and she's a horticulturist here, and she's going to tell us some of the new plants that you might want to look out for as you're doing your shopping this spring. And Carla, thanks for telling us about these new plants.
Oh, glad to have you here today.
Well, I've got a little spring-looking daisy plant here, and what is it?
Right, this is one of our Marguerite daisies, and the plant is not necessarily that new, but this variety is in the way that it's a dwarf. This variety is going to be a lot shorter, a lot more compact than your traditional Marguerites. It's the Cobbity series, and it comes in different colors. This is the white, and then there's also a soft pink that we've got here today as well.
Okay. And what do you have?
This is Biddens. We introduced this one to you last year on Oklahoma Gardening, the Gold Marie. This variety is goldy, and again, it's the same type of plant. It's just going to be a lot more compact in the garden, and it will work better for you in pots and containers. It's a little more controlled than the variety we had last year.
Now there's one up here in the front that's really standing out color-wise.
Yes, that is the Osteospermum sparkler. The variety is Myra, and it's a new color for us this year of the Sparkler series.
Oh, that's really pretty. I like the blue center on that.
Yes, it's very striking.
Now, a lot of the plants aren't necessarily new, but they're just new, more compact forms, aren't they?
That's right. The dahlias are kind of an old-fashioned plant, a traditional garden standby, but these are the Royal Dahlietta dahlias, and they work very well in containers, in pots, or also in the flower bed. Gives you a nice, neat, very colorful border. Also, the Taurinia is a trailing blue plant that works very well. This variety is new in the fact that it is trailing, and the old varieties were all upright. Also, we have today the Million Bells Petunia, which we have introduced several new varieties of petunias recently, and this one is a miniature or a dwarf variety that gives you the petunia flower, but a much smaller plant. It's very dense and gives you a real good color. Also, verbenas is another old-fashioned standby that most people just really love in the garden. This new series is the Tamari verbena. They are resistant to powdery mildew and give you a very nice, dense mass of color. In the hanging baskets as well, works well in containers.
Yeah, that'll be nice for a bright basket display.
Yes, it will. Also, we have a new variety of Helichrysum this year. It's a petite variety and, again, a dwarf variety. A lot of these, it seems like we have today, are dwarfs. It is a trailing dusty miller that is very compact, gives you a nice gray foliage. Also, we have two other varieties of Helichrysum. The dwarf is brand new this year, petite licorice. Then we have the variegated licorice and also the lemon licorice. And all of these are Helichrysum varieties. They work very well in containers or hanging baskets to give you that cascading effect. And also in the flower bed, you can use it kind of as a ground cover.
So you have a nice variety of foliage color here.
Yes, you can get a lot of contrast with your green foliages that way by adding the grays or the lemon to it.
That's very nice.
And one that we have down in the front that we just skipped over is the Bacopa. And it is a new variety this year. Last year we had Snowflake. This year it's Snowstorm, which you can kind of, by the name, it tells you it's going to be more vigorous. The flowers are bigger, and the foliage, the leaf is a little bit larger than the variety we had. We will carry both varieties, but the Snowstorm is the new one for this year.
Okay. Now over here you've got an example of a lot of these plants together in a basket.
Yes, this is one of our patio containers, and we've utilized using some of our new topiary frames within the planter, and these work very well to display some of our new products, our new plant material, and a lot of them do very well in containers to add new interest to your patio.
Great. So these will be good for people with a lot of space and people with just a patio garden there.
That's true.
So. Well, Carla, thanks so much for showing us some of the new plants that are out.
Well, thanks for coming down today.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, There's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.